All right, this is our last video for the unit, and we are going to look at some word problems using perimeter and area. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so we talked about what perimeter was. Perimeter is the distance around a shape or a figure, and area is the space inside. And so we talked about that. Um, and so we've got these word problems that are in your homework, and I just kind of screenshotted them to kind of help us with these. All right, so now the first one, it talks about a triangle. I'm going to blow it up, make it as big as I can for us without it going off the page, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so we have a triangle. And so the longest side of the triangle is 3 inches longer than the shortest side. And the medium side of the triangle is 2 inches longer than the shortest side. So if you'll look at the picture, it's got the short side here. That's the S. And it says the medium side is 2 inches longer. So that's why this one is S plus 2. And then the longest side is 3 inches longer. So that's S plus 3. Okay. And so now it says the perimeter of the triangle is 20 inches. Okay, so what that means is the 3 sides added up is 20 inches. So the perimeter, which is 20, is the 3 sides added up. So the first side is S, the second side is S plus 2, and the third side is S plus 3. Okay, and if we add those up, we have an equation. All right, and so now the first step in equations is simplifying whatever we can. Now remember, these are ones on these S's here. So one S and one S, well, that's 3 S's. And then 2 plus 3 is 5. And so we've simplified this equation to 3 S's plus 5 is equal to 20. And then we just have to solve it. We're going to subtract 5 on both sides because we're getting our variable, which is S, by itself. And then we're going to divide both sides by 3. And we get that S is 5. Okay, so this is 5. And these are inches. These are inches. And so when we start to answer our question, fill in the blanks. S is the short side. That's probably why they called it S, because it stands for short side. That's what the letters eventually do. They turn into words that have meaning. The short side. So the short side is 5. So we'll put that in our answer. And it's inches. It's just regular inches. And it might be IN or it might be INCHES, but it's just regular inches. So this one's 5. The medium is 2 more. So 5 plus 2 is the medium size. So that's 7. And again, it's going to be inches. And then the longest side is 5 plus 3, which is 8. And that's inches. Okay, so that's the first one. That's perimeter, the 3 sides added up. All right, the next one has a rectangle. Now there is a formula for finding the the perimeter of a rectangle, but you don't need the formula if you understand what a perimeter is and you understand the things about a rectangle. A rectangle has sides that are the same. You only need to know 2 of them because the other 2 are the same. So this one's W and so is that one. And if this one is labeled 3W plus 3, then this one's also 3W plus 3. And so the perimeter of this rectangle is 30. And it says the length, which is this one, this is the length, is 3 meters more than 3 times the width. And this is the width. Again, see how variables are not just generic, they absolutely represent things. W this time represents the width. And so the perimeter is 30, and the perimeter is all four sides added up. Okay, so we've got the width, we've got the length, we've got another width, and we've got another length. We've got four sides to my rectangle, and I'm going to add all them up. And so now I have an equation, and now I can solve it using my skills that I've learned. And the first thing I need to do is simplify each side separately. Well, the left side, again, doesn't need simplifying. The right side, I've got a bunch of W's. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 W's. 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3, that's 8. And then I have 3 plus 3 is 6. So I have 30 is 8W plus 6, and I can solve this. Subtract 6 on both sides. I get 8W is 24. Divide by 8, and I get W is 3. Okay, so now let's go to our answer blanks. All right, and so the width, which is what W stands for, that's 3. So I'm going to put 3 here. I wanted to change colors. And this is inches. Is this inches? No, this is meters. Check the thing. This is going to be meters, just regular meters. And the length, well, this is a little trickier. W is 3. The length is 3 times 3 plus 3. There's the W. So that's 9 plus 3, which is 12. And so the length is 12. And again, it's meters. All right. Let's do the last one. The last one has perimeter and area. Okay. And this one doesn't have equations. This is just perimeter and area. So now, remember the perimeter, we've already talked about it. The perimeter is all the sides added. So perimeter is all the sides added together. Now, for a rectangle, the area is going to be the length times the width. I can't spell length. Oh my goodness, everything's going crazy. What's going on here? Let's get that back where it's supposed to be. The length multiplied by the width. Okay, so in this particular problem, this 212, it says each of the 212 pages in the largest fashion catalog measured. This is a dummy number. Be careful when it comes to word problems that you don't have a dummy number in there. It is not part of the problem. Okay, here's our picture. We have measurements. It says what is the perimeter and what is the area. Okay, so the perimeter is all four sides added up. And remember, it's a rectangle. So if this one is 1.7, then this one's 1.7. This one's 1.6, this one's 1.6. And so the perimeter is going to be 1.6 plus 1.7 plus 1.6 plus 1.7. And you can add all those up on your calculator. But I don't have a calculator, so what are you going to do? I'm going to write them on there we go. I'm going to do it old school. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 66. So when I add those up, I get my perimeter is 66, and this is meters. 66 meters is the perimeter. And then the area is length times width. Okay, so we're going to call this one the width, and we'll call this one the length. So the two numbers multiplied together. So it doesn't matter the order, but it's 1.6 times 1.7. And again, I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to have to multiply it old school. So y'all let me know if I do it wrong, okay? And I'm going to get 2 decimal places, right? So length times width is going to be my area, and I'm going to get 2.72 square meters, okay? This is meters, which is just M, and this is square meters, which is M to the second. Okay, so 2.72 square meters, and this one's going to be 66 meters. Make sure you know how to find the perimeter and the area of a rectangle. You will see this again and again, okay? That's it. That's it, y'all. We are done. It's just math, y'all. This is test 2. Start reviewing. We'll get to test 2 review pages going on pretty soon, and we'll take that test really soon. It's just math, y'all.